facilities in the Florida Department of Corrections.
Now, right? It never ceases to amaze me. The amount of fuckery that people do to try to get over at times, right? And it be failing horribly. Like JPay, like you did this on JPay, like and again, right? You can get away with anything. If there was so much shit you can get away with, and you can get away with it. They tell you this. This is what the fuck the police and all them people tell you. They say you can get away with anything. As many times you want to get away with it, right? It just takes that one time for you to get caught. That one time for you to get caught. And then look, they've been monitoring this shit for how long? And then now you see,
Corrections.
If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. That's why failing's not an option. I be damned, I missed this shot to get it poppin'. If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. First they point and get to whispering, then your downfall is what they vision. If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. The bitches used to get that ass up. Now you can't remember when you last. If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. Catch me down on my last buck and smile when they don't give me what I asked for. If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. I gotta make it so I'm not the joke. When it's choosing time, I get the vote. Don't care about the prize, it could be dimes or a boat. In competition time, I got the mind of a goat. A nigga think we tired, I add 9 to the scope. 17 for the highs, give me.
what's the word, gang? What's poppin'? What's to it? Y'all already know how the squad do it. You gotta stay moving to get through it. I hope everybody's stress-free and blessed. And if you ain't, start knowing you can so you can stop thinking you can't. With that being said, let's get to the content. What's the word with y'all, man? How y'all doing? Y'all miss me yet? Whatever. Y'all probably didn't. Hey, you will though. Trust me, you will. Every day I don't upload something, you will miss me. One of these days, I know it. Only thing is it's staying consistent, and I noticed that with the whole YouTube thing. See, the other platforms I'm cool. YouTube is one I ain't never really tackled. You know what I'm saying? But I understand you got to stay consistent, you know, and then it's a broader scale of content too. So, you know, it's like you really got to come out your bag on YouTube, you know, with what you doing and shit. So it's like, I respect it. You know, ain't nothing easy. And ain't nobody gonna, you know, delve into nothing that ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying, consistent. They don't want to waste their time. I'm not finna waste my time subscribing to something that I know I ain't finna be consistently watching, or a person ain't gonna be on top of their game. So, you know, I'm definitely finna get there, and I'm starting with this, right? I know it look like I ain't running this into the dirt. No, I ain't running into it. That's the fact. I'm gonna do other shit. I'll do other stuff. All right. I'm gonna do other stuff. But at the end of the day, like, see, I don't like him. Right? And because I don't like him, this is why I'm on top of this one in this manner. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that, right? So, with that being that, we finna see what we got going on here, man. We finna see what we got going on here. This one should be a good one.
Internet sensation 1090 Jake, aka Jacob Cherry, making his appearance on the news will mark the beginning of the end for these alleged sex money murder gang members and their alleged prison drug operation. This interview will air on January 21st, 2020. And Jake will highlight K2 as the most prominent contraband.
Easy is it to get drugs in a Florida prison?
Every single compound I hit, there was all types of drugs on there, whether it's prescription pills, Molly, some spots it was cocaine and meth, but nothing more common than K2. Jake,
I don't know why this whole, why is this a problem? Like, this is not, I mean, I ain't saying like why is it a problem, you know what I'm saying? But why is all of a sudden, like, you know, it's this big thing. Like, nobody ever knew that this was in the jails. Like, it's been in the jails for forever, since jail has been jail, since prison has been prison. It's been in there. So I don't know why this like at this time though, it was just so significant. You know what I'm saying? But after seeing some of the videos that Byron has done, I understand why he was able to get the ball moving on
Jacob Cherry, a former inmate, posted the videos to YouTube.
Less than 2 weeks later, on February 3rd, 2020, the Florida Department of Corrections was springing into action, performing a mass shakedown at Santa Rosa Correctional Institute. According to a Florida Department of Corrections press release, they were taking this information seriously and will be using the videos to initiate an investigation and identify the inmates and facilities involved. This investigation would unveil that one of the facilities recognized in those videos was Santa Rosa Correctional Institution. While performing this mass shakedown, correctional officers will find 2 contraband cell phones in a mop closet. Those cell phones will reveal the existence of a relationship between Correctional Officer Jana Wood and this inmate, who the Florida Department of Corrections has recognized as a 5-star general for the Bloods. Although this information was uncovered in February of
why you go back to it? I tried to not to say that, but why you go back to it? He went back to it for a reason, man. I'm supposed to say something like, it's them. It's always them. It's always the ones that look like this. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, you ain't hitting no. I mean, you can. You know what I'm saying? But dude, like when they look like dude, like he ain't hitting no bad shit in there. And she.
2020, the Florida Department of Corrections still had to allow time for the investigation to run its course. So Correctional Officer Jana Wood was not arrested until June 18th of 2020. This would mark only the beginning of trouble for Sex Money Murder, as the Florida Department of Corrections would perform Cellbrite data extractions on those cell phones as well. Those cell phones would also reveal that the Sex Money Murder Bloods were allegedly running a K2 operation, not just in Santa Rosa Correctional Institute, but in institutions all throughout the state of Florida. The investigation will continue into 2021, at which time the Polk County Sheriff's Office was advised by the Florida Department of Corrections that based on information that they had learned during this investigation, they had been monitoring emails from the JPay account of Tanisha Fisher from November to July of 2021 and had discovered the existence of a possible conspiracy to introduce K2 paper into multiple facilities in the Florida Department of Corrections.
Now, right? It never ceases to amaze me. The amount of fuckery that people do to try to get over at times, right? And it be failing horribly. Like JPay, like you did this on JPay, like and again, right? You can get away with anything. If there is so much shit you can get away with, and you can get away with it. They tell you this. This is what the fuck the police and all them people tell you. They say you can get away with anything. As many times you want to get away with it, right? It just takes that one time for you to get caught. That one time for you to get caught. And then look, they've been monitoring this shit for how long? And then now you see,
Corrections. Further investigation would reveal that Tanisha Fisher, aka Lady Guns, was actually the female companion of Donahue Stevenson, aka Murder Guns, who was also incarcerated and serving his time at the Santa Rosa Correctional Institution. The department will begin monitoring mail between these two, and at some point they discovered what they believed was Donahue Stevenson instructing Tanisha Fisher to provide inmates at his facility and other facilities with K2 paper. At Columbia Correctional Institution, a greeting card that appeared to be dipped in an unidentified substance was confiscated. The sender of that greeting card had listed their name as Tanisha Fisher. And in a letter confiscated by the Florida Department of Corrections, Donahue Stevenson had written to Tanisha Fisher, "Make sure you send my nephew some cards for his birthday." The Florida Department of Corrections took this as Donahue Stevenson was instructing Tanisha Fisher to send greeting cards dipped in.
That's what the fuck I would have took that to me. That's what the fuck she took it to me, was to send the car. Oh my God. My nephew. The only good thing is he didn't put the damn nephew name in there. But I'm pretty sure they can fuck around and tie the nephew to
In K2 to Columbia Correctional Institution. While investigating Tanisha Fisher, authorities learned that she was close to the alleged commissioner of sex, money, murder in Florida, Hernando Thompson. They also learned that Tanisha Fisher was the first lady of sex, money, murder in Florida, aka the leader of the female faction of sex, money, murder. The investigation will reveal that, among other things, her title as First Lady required her to collect dues from members on behalf of the gang. It would seem as though Jake had finally accomplished his mission.
I was trying to shed light on inmate deaths in the system and how many overdose deaths were being reported.
Boy, from the looks of it, you shine the sun on that motherfucker. You hear me talking about a light? You shine, motherfucker, and you shine that light that God said let there be. You hear me? Like, that's god dang.
As natural or accidental. I was sent videos by current prisoners who couldn't get the message out, so I used my platform to be their voice.
And the Florida Department of Corrections had responded by bringing racketeering charges against the Sex Money Murder Bloods, alleging that Sex Money Murder and its members had conspired to introduce K2 into the Florida prison system, which was the specific drug that 1090 Jake had named as the most prominent throughout all of the compounds in Florida.
How easy is it to get drugs in a Florida prison?
Every single compound I hit, there was all types of drugs on there, whether it's prescription pills, Molly, some spots there was cocaine and meth, but nothing more common.
The way he just told every compound I touched, everywhere I went, it was drugs. They was there. It was Molly, K2, heroin, roach spray. They had whip it. They had goddamn. The way he just, oh my.
In the K2.
Jacob Cherry, former inmate, posted the videos to YouTube.
Former fucking cop.
This would not mark the end of trouble for Sex Money Murder, as while investigating Tanisha Fisher and discovering that she was responsible for collecting dues, detectives would then subpoena her Cash App records, at which point they discovered that she had received payment from a guy who goes by the name of Big Jit, aka Gene Rowe. Big Jit had only recently been released from the Florida Department of Corrections in 2019 and was allegedly a documented high-ranking member of Sex Money Murder. So when investigators saw his name pop up, they knew exactly who it was. They would use this information to subpoena Big Jit's Cash App records, which would reveal that he had also collected money from other members to send to Tanisha Fisher. This would lead to the investigation of a new circle of alleged Sex Money Murder members. And in 2025, Broward County Sheriff's Office would announce that they had brought an indictment against alleged Sex Money Murder members who were stationed almost 3 hours away from Polk County, where the first round of Sex Money Murder indictments had came from. A total of 10 members were indicted this time around. Most notably, Andrew Mariano, the guy that they've had plastered all over the news for the past couple of weeks, identified as a leader among Sex Money Murder.
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, this suspected leader of a notorious violent gang in Florida has been captured in Hastings thanks to a...
Ain't this a black gang? Ain't this a black gang? Ain't this is a black gang? I could swear this is a black fucking gang. And if I'm wrong, damn it, it's more black than anything else in the bitch. And this the leader of the one down there. This the leader. This is the leader of a black gang. So this color face leads black skin to do things to other black people. This is fucking crazy. So oh my God, you know what?
Joint effort by the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office and Broward County Sheriff's Office. 23-year-old Andrew Mariano was arrested when 2 agencies raided his home. Investigators say Mariano is one of 10 suspected senior leaders of the sex, money, murder, blood gang known as SMM.
How was he one?
Big Jit would also be indicted and charged with planning or directing the activity of a criminal gang for allegedly collecting dues to send to Tanisha.
I'm sorry, but how the fuck is anything other than a black person the leader of any type of black gang, period? There's no amount of work that you can come and put in here that shows me that you're what are you doing here? Why are you willing to do this? Why are you willing to come and do anything to my people? I mean, a motherfucker gonna say, oh well, you do it to your own. So why are you here trying to do it? What the fuck did my own do to you that makes you want to come over here and think, oh, so you love me that much that you saying, yeah, I would.
Fisher, which was information that they found out during the first investigation. Now, after my first set of videos, I got bombarded with questions in defense of Jake, one of which was, how do these investigations directly tie to 1090 Jake's news interview? So the purpose of this was to not only demonstrate that, but to also demonstrate that these 2 investigations were also directly tied to each other. I personally have no doubt in my mind that 1090 Jake is responsible for these investigations and the indictments that followed. At the same time, I don't believe that the industry just turned a blind eye to this either. I really believe that 1090 Jake was able to get away with this for so long because nobody was able to produce paperwork or, produce information about officers who had been charged. And the reason I believe that's the case is because the cooperation chain continued. After he tipped, they caught other people and those people started to cooperate, and eventually the authorities had to just wipe the trail. You also have to keep in mind that alerting the public of which officers had been charged and arrested would also be alerting the gangs that they were on to their trail. It's pretty much saying, hey, we got your people. So for the sake of not compromising the investigation and tipping anybody off, they decided to keep everything quiet.
It's crazy though, right? That the majority of his platform are people who don't go to jail, been to jail, know nothing about no type of anything on that side. So when they're asking questions like this, it's like it's crazy that you would ask that. But I would see why wouldn't nobody that's not that type would be on his anything, because it don't fit. We see it don't fit. They don't.
Which meant that Jake would get to rock out and basically go undercover, posing as a member of the Bloods. Yet one could argue that he is single-handedly responsible for the largest operation to take down the Bloods in Florida history. I also believe that Jake was awarded and afforded certain types of opportunities in exchange for keeping quiet himself. At the end of the day, for anybody who may question what I do or what I say, the audio, the video, the paperwork, it's all self-explanatory. On that note, I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It's your boy Byron Blake. This 1090 Jake.
Well, and then another one, right? We got old Jake doing police work, helping the police do their job. Yet he decides that he wants to call a prominent member of Chicago's society a rat because of a news article. Now you want to know something that's funny, right? A person that knows all about paperwork and a person that only goes off of paperwork, right, wouldn't bring paperwork, but would bring newspaper articles with a police officer's words and run with it. If that don't spell cop in itself, of course he believes the police. He didn't need to see the paperwork. He saw the police said that he did this, and guess what? All of his followers, they see the police doing police stuff. This is why they listen to him. This is why they believe him, because he's the police to them, and he believes the other police. But y'all tell me in the comments, man, do y'all think that what he done played a part? We ain't gonna say was the full thing, but did it play a part in your eyes? I really think that, to be honest, with the timeline, I think this shit was spot on with why whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? But tell me what y'all think, man. Hey, hit the like button, man. Like the video, man. Like that. Y'all, what's making it so hard to just hit that little thumb? Bing, like that. Let's just like it. You feel me? I appreciate it, man. Comment and subscribe, though. Hey, look, check this out. HushBoyEnt25.com. Go check me out. I will be posting new music drops. I will be posting dates. It will be dropping. Follow me on any music platform that you stream your music on. Papa No Leon on every streaming platform that you stream your music on. Go stream if I don't make it. Trust me. Banger. Gone.